Hey, we are back, and yes, I'm going to have to get that Stacy and Dion riding on a roller coaster graphic out later this week, probably tomorrow, because we do have some interesting stuff that's going to be happening here over the next couple of days. First of all, we have a few flurry snow showers tonight. Not going to be a big issue. A big late week warm-up is coming. We're going to climb to the upper 40s tomorrow, close to 50 on Friday, and then just as fast as it arrived, our temperatures, actually even faster, our temperatures are going to tank on Friday night into Saturday, and that system's actually going to bring in a little light snow on Friday night into Saturday as well. And there could be spots that get a few inches by the time it's over and done with. Right now, we do have some snow southwest of Windham down toward Jackson, Esterville, but this system basically winding down and moving out now, pushing off to the south and east. It's going to be in and out of here as we make our way into tonight. Best chance of snow south and west of Marshall to Windham to Fairmont, and even there, we're talking a few flurries. The better chance for accumulation, minor accumulation, further south and west, Esterville, Spencer, into Worthington. You can kind of watch how it all disappears. We'll clear out late tonight. Sun will shine. Should be a sunny day tomorrow as temperatures climb. Look at this change from 20s to upper 40s Thursday. We're going to get to 50 Friday, and then, oh boy, we're going to drop on Saturday 18, and that high is actually going to be in the morning with temperatures dropping even more throughout the day. The good news is we will rebound next week with temperatures largely above average for a good chunk of next week. Check out these highs tomorrow. 48 Mankato, 46 Waseca, 50 in St. James. We'll get to 50 in Worthington and Jackson. Friday even better with mid to upper 50s. And right now I think that front's going to kick through early to mid-afternoon, which means temperatures will start to drop by 2 or 3 o'clock. But if that front slows down, we could get considerably warmer with 60s possible across parts of the region. So we're going to be watching that. And then Saturday, highs only in the teens, falling through much of the day. That cold front will also bring a band of snow. Now, this is big because we're still a few days away from this. This is going to shrink and move as we get closer. There will probably be a couple of bands of, I think generally 1 to 3, but there could be a couple of bands of maybe 2 to 3 to 4, depending on how this all evolves. It's still early. We're not going to get too excited about anything yet, but something we will be watching. Stay with us for updates through the next couple of days. We'll get more specific here tomorrow and the day after as we get closer. 15 tonight, tomorrow, partly cloudy. It's going to be a lot warmer with a high of 48. You got that 50 on Friday, 18 on Saturday with that chance of snow. We may see a little more light snow again on Sunday. Chance of some snow showers Monday into Tuesday. Maybe some showers by the mid to late part of next week. The good news is after a cold, wintry weekend, we do get back above average in the 40s through most of next week. We have to take a break. Sports is next.
This extended forecast is brought to you by Northern Comfort, celebrating 50